Live.
Hey everybody, we're back. What are you wearing?
Nothing, darling. What are you talking about?
All right. That's what
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy pre-Halloween.
We're here. We're live. It's actually our first YouTube live.
Very exciting for
We're
us.
so excited.
Excited.
I'm like so excited because we're gonna do a little chatting, and then we're gonna make pumpkin donuts, baked pumpkin donuts.
Yes, baked pumpkin donuts.
Yeah.
Speaking of baked pumpkin donuts, it's too hot to turn our oven on.
Oh my gosh, the weather has been ridiculous. It's been like 1,000,000 degrees. It's really hot today, and then a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was super cold. So, and when I say super cold, 60s.
Yeah. 54. It was 54 at one point. In fact, we even put on our Disney zip-up jackets. I loved it.
And I have to tell you, so I don't like being cold. Like, I hate being cold. Something I learned when we lived in Washington. I haven't been in a t-shirt, jeans, and a jacket since maybe early to mid-April.
Yeah.
So I was not a happy camper.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been working on the sinuses, hot, cold kind of thing.
There's been some fires, so that's like totally that. She was out for like a good day because of that.
Yeah, the fires were horrible on us. I couldn't even imagine being really close.
Yeah, and I mean, we were pretty close.
Yeah,
we were
like 16 miles
16 miles outside of the fire area.
Yeah, so I hope everybody's doing good in that.
Anybody that lives there in the Irvine, Chino area, I hope you guys are all safe. Exactly.
Mandalorian came out today. Has anybody seen that? We haven't seen the new episode.
No.
However, I watched the first series like 4 times during this break here.
Yeah, I watched it twice. It's an amazing
show.
We're going to watch it tonight, but we both had to work today, and then we knew we wanted to go live. So you guys are clearly a bigger priority than Mandalorian.
Obviously. Yeah, but I'm really excited if you guys saw it. Did you love it? But,
Yeah, let us know. Let us know your thoughts on it. Like I said, we're going to watch it later today, probably with dinner. So yeah, super excited for that.
Yeah.
More exciting, Disneyland.
Oh my gosh, we all heard Buena Vista Street. I'm really excited. I can't wait.
I am a perplexed person with multiple feelings on it. But we're going to have a sit down tomorrow.
Yes.
We're going to do another YouTube live, but our kids are going to join us. We're going to have a round table at a square table.
So hopefully you guys will join us tomorrow too.
Yeah.
And we'll be wearing costumes then.
Oh yes, it is full Halloween. So normally on Halloween, we all dress up. We hand out candy in the first part of the night. Everybody in the family, we all dress up and we go bowling.
Yeah.
Well, COVID had different plans for us this year.
Yeah.
So we're going to all get dressed up. The kids are going to come here. We're going to do Facebook Live. We're going to talk about a couple different topics.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do, what's it called? Connect bowling.
Yeah. We're going to do Connect bowling. So yeah, we normally do our Halloween bowl.
Yeah. It's the
annual
Halloween bowl, which is sadly now a Connect Halloween bowl this year.
But yeah, if you guys can join us tomorrow, that would be great too. But yeah, do you want to go show these folks how to make some baked pumpkin donuts?
Do I get to eat any of them?
Of course.
Then sure, why not? So we're going to go make pumpkin donuts. Come with us.
Let's do it. All right. So
that was quite a trek.
So first thing you want to do is you want to turn the oven on 350. Okay. 350 degrees. And they take 15 to 20 minutes. We made a couple of batches, and one batch took 18 minutes, and then another batch took like 20 minutes. So how you check to see if they're done is you take a toothpick and put a toothpick in it. It comes out clear. They're done. So just kind of keep an eye on them between 15 to 20 minutes. There's also 2 kinds we do. We did a regular, and then there's a vegan one. And now the vegan one, you use the exact same ingredients except...
Oh yes, our handy dandy Bob's Red Mill egg replacer, and instead of butter we use margarine.
Yeah, so that's the replacements for a vegan recipe. I haven't tried with flax or the.
Oh yeah, it's like just eggs. It
Yeah.
comes in a liquid bottle. It'll be interesting to see how those, if we do it, how those turn out, because the vegan ones were a little heavier.
Yeah.
They were delicious.
delicious.
Don't get me wrong. They were
Same
delicious.
taste, yeah.
But they were a little heavier.
Yeah. So if anybody tries it out there with the vegan recipe with the flax or the liquid egg replacer, please leave comments. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. All right, so oven's on 350. So our wet ingredient consists of a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, not pie filling. Just make sure it's straight up pumpkin. So you have 2 bowls, 2 medium-sized bowls ready for you. And then a cup and a half of sugar. You're going to put the sugar with the wet.
Even though it's a dry ingredient,
Right,
it
yes.
goes with the wet ingredient.
A 1/3 cup of vegetable oil.
This is my one chance in my life to be Vanna White.
Yes, she's going to do it. A half a stick of unsalted butter. Now here's where if you're doing vegan, use margarine or any kind of vegan.
And it has to be melted.
Yeah, melted. And then we have 3 eggs that we've pre-cracked. Right in there. And then a teaspoon of vanilla. We have organic,
Pure vanilla.
pure vanilla.
You can
Don't
use,
like that imitation
You
stuff.
can use imitation. You don't have to use pure vanilla.
Right.
extract.
So that's the wet ingredients. Now, for the dry, we have 2 cups of flour.
Boom.
Just straight flour, unbleached, or is it unbleached flour?
We used unbleached. Partially because you remember in school the people that did the where you had to carry a baby, like for health class or whatever. Our oldest son Eric, he had to do it, and his was little baby unbleached.
Yeah.
She later became, I think, a pull apart for Thanksgiving, but different story.
Okay, and then we have 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice right in there. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Now, what you do there is you incorporate both of them. So I'm just going to incorporate the dry, and Casey's going to incorporate the wet, because that's the harder job. So she can do that.
That's nice of you.
Yeah. So once they're good and incorporated, what you're going to do
It's gonna be a minute.
is we're going to add the wet to the dry to the wet. Now, if you have a KitchenAid, more power to you. This is our KitchenAid right here, and this arm right here. That's our KitchenAid. So KitchenAid's going to make your life a whole lot easier and simpler. Those who bake know that. So all together. So what I do is I like to add it in 3s because we don't want to all put it all in there at once. So there's 1. So that way it doesn't splash all over the place. So a bit of good incorporation, and then we'll add 2. It's a little more on 2 than I wanted.
What are you guys looking forward to with Mandalorian this season?
I was really sad that they
Quill.
killed off my favorite character, Quill.
Yeah.
I loved him. I kind of, at first, when I watched it for the 3rd time, I thought, oh, maybe he really didn't die like the Mulan character. I don't think she's dead. I think she's still alive. But I don't know, just a lot of the same of what we did. She's finishing up with the rest. And while she does that, I'm going to get the pan.
What about you? What are you looking forward to with Mandalorian this year?
So there's a couple of things. Number 1, when we rewatched it the other day, the Mandalorian looks like Corey Feldman, like a young Corey Feldman. I'm just going to throw that one out there. I am looking forward to see what they do with Kara's character. I really like her, Kara.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm a big Boba Fett fan, so that just kind of made me super happy that Boba Fett.
Isn't
Cool.
Ahsoka supposed to be
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka? supposed to be on there. So that's really
You
Looking
really liked her
forward
in
to
Clone Wars
Yes,
too.
I did.
So, all right, this is
okay.
finally-
So that's all incorporated. Grab the spoons over there. So what you do is I just take a cookie sheet, and what you do is this is donut molds. This is I keep forgetting the name of it, Casey.
Silicone?
Yeah, so that's a
Silicone.
I do a lot of baking, and like when it comes to like bundt pans or these little bad boys, I think silicone is the way to go, just because you don't have to worry about the turnout. So when you flip it over, when you have a solid one, if it's stuck, it's just stuck. But with the silicone, you can guide it out. You can kind of make it do what you want. So
Yeah. So I have those on a cookie sheet, and then you just give it a little spray. I just do it for extra measure, just so stuff doesn't stick in there. And then I take teaspoon. We'll just ignore that though. You take a teaspoon, and it's kind of like pudding. And then you just do. I do this in like 4s. Okay, you want to get a good amount in there.
So when we did this yesterday, I thought, oh, couldn't you pipe? Like if you had a piping bag, couldn't you pipe? So we piped some yesterday, and the ones that we piped yesterday, they were actually way bigger. They were taller. So I think the reason for the spoon method, we'll call it, is just so that you don't get, I mean, I love a good obese cupcake, but we're not cupcake. These aren't even cupcakes, they're donuts. I love a good fatty donut.
Yeah.
But I mean, at one point, too much is too much.
Okay. So after you've filled them all up like that, then you put them in the oven. And like I said, 15 to 20 minutes, check them, keep an eye on them, stick a toothpick. I used, because Casey bought thin toothpicks, so I used 2 toothpicks. Stick a toothpick in it, kind of closer towards the stem of it, because that's where it gets doughy the most. Stick them in the oven 15 to 20 minutes. Now, for the topping, this is 3/4 cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. This is a topping.
Do that again? That was nice. Oh,
yeah, look at that.
It's like sand.
Yeah, it is. It's like sand. Very sweet sand. So we pre-baked. Yep. And then grab your other thing too. So we pre-baked some. So what you're supposed to do is, this is another time where if you're going to do vegan, use your vegan butter or margarine, and you have some melted.
We don't have any
I
melted.
don't have any in there. That's okay.
I'll melt some right now real fast.
Okay. So it's going to take her 5 seconds to melt some.
Maybe.
So I can do a song and dance while she
Do a song and dance for us.
what's the song?
I don't know.
Hello, my
Happy
baby.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. I don't know. One day you guys are going to meet Allison. Allison's dear friends are Jimmy Dean and Nat Wood, and they're walking down Hollywood Boulevard. So I'll introduce you guys to
I mean, you kind of just did.
Give us a story, Allison. Why, Allison?
So
why are you
Allison-
dressed like Jack
One thing you
Sparrow?
need to know about Allison is she knows everything about everything. So,
I'm in
Allison,
my Jack Sparrow costume.
Allison, why are you
I was
dressed as
walking down She's always walking down Hollywood Boulevard with my dear friend Jimmy Dean and Nat Wood. And all of a sudden, I was at Griffith Park, and I saw this old man sitting on a bench. And I looked over and I said, "Walt, why are you looking so down?" Walt looked up at me and he said, "Allison, my kids are out there playing, and I can't play with them." And I said, "Walt, what are you doing? You build a park and you name it after yourself, and then you can play with your kids." Walt said, "Allison, you've done it again." There's Allison. I've introduced you to Allison. Allison came from a 1970s game show that Casey and Alonzo watch. And
Card Sharks.
Card Sharks. And the girl answered the question in Card Sharks. She's talking normal, and all of a sudden she starts telling a story like she's Allison from the 20s. So there's Allison for you, everybody. She just came out of me. I can't help myself sometimes. So
Will we see more of Allison?
oh yes, keep an eye out for stories from Allison, because there's the history, Allison's history. She knows it all and she's done it all. Like I said, you just heard Allison. It was her idea on Disneyland. So there you go.
All right. Thank you, Allison.
So back to the pumpkin donuts. Here's some that we pre-made. And what you do is you take your melted butter and you really coat it. Get it in there. Coat it in there really good.
Oh,
Firmly not
yes.
over the
And
sugar.
then you put the donut on the sugar. And look at there.
Wow.
Now, that was the cinnamon sugar version. And Casey said, wait, you can get the kids involved. This is an easy recipe to get the kids involved, the family involved, whatever. Our kid is filming this for us, so he's our cameraman today. Everybody, Alonzo.
Hello.
So
what do we do?
I actually whipped up, I like frosting on donuts. So I just whipped up a really quick, easy frosting. It's literally powdered sugar, vanilla, and I used almond milk, but you can use any kind of milk. But it's so there's no real measuring with this. You put powdered sugar in a bowl with like a quarter cup of whatever milk product or non-milk product you're going to use. And then you use like maybe a teaspoon of vanilla, and then you mix it and just keep adding the powdered sugar until you get the consistency that you want. So I thought, and what's good about it is it can last like a month. If you put it in the fridge, it's great. So like that was the consistency that we were looking for, something that had a really good like tail. When you let it drip, it kind of just drips because you put, Chrissy, I'll give this back to you tomorrow when you come over. It goes to your air fryer. But you just put the donut on like a rack and then you just drizzle. And then it's cute because then you can get your little ones involved and they can be like, oh, look it's Halloween, Frankenstein. And
gosh,
I don't know, throw in some orange.
that looks great.
Yeah, and then when you let it dry, if you leave it for like 10 minutes, it'll firm. With frosting, sorry, I'm licking frosting off my fingers.
Those would definitely win the British Bake Off.
We've been binge watching the Great British Baking Show. We love that show.
Yeah, we're watching seasons that we've already. It's the earlier seasons because these new seasons.
I'm just not a fan of it.
Once they get rid of Mel and Sue, if you guys
and
watch
Mary Berry,
it's no good anymore. So we watched the first 7 seasons over and over.
So let's take our little donuts over here.
Over here. So we pre-baked. And this is what we made. Let's add these.
Don't add that one. It's too wet.
Oh, okay. So this is what we made. Here's some cinnamon ones. Here's some plain ones. I actually like them plain. It's like a pumpkin bread. So I don't mind the plain. So what?
You don't like my frosting?
Well, it's a lot. But it's actually not a lot because look, it's actually nice thin coated. But there you go. There's the pumpkin donut, the baked pumpkin donut. They are much better than a fried donut. You don't get all that greasy.
Do you like that? Is it good?
Yeah, it's delicious. So I will have to say the hardest part about
You made a weird face though.
No, it's just this one's the non-vegan one.
Oh, okay.
So
do you like the vegan ones better?
I do. I like the heaviness of the vegan one.
Vegan,
With the donuts, though, it was so hard to not eat them last night.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part, was actually like the waiting.
All the ones that we made and we didn't eat them. But yeah, it's really simple. As you saw, you just put them together and dump and mix. And, that's what you have, the pumpkin donut. And 'tis the season and you can make a batch. My mouth will get all dry. You can make a batch. That batch there that I just showed you makes 1.5 dozen of the size that we did at. So you can make a batch for Thanksgiving morning, you know.
And it holds really well.
Yeah.
So we had leftovers that are sitting in the fridge, and this morning we pulled it out, and the batter itself is holding really well.
Yeah.
It might even make a really good like pumpkin bread.
Yeah, I haven't even tried it like in a loaf.
Like
or
in a
anything,
loaf,
but
yeah.
I wonder, you know, because it is like cake-like. So
Yeah, it was delicious though.
yeah. So there you go. You guys got to meet Allison, Jack Sparrow.
And again, we're gonna go live tomorrow.
Yes.
We're gonna do our round table at a square table with
Yes,
the kids,
with the family
in costume.
We're not in costume now, so
Are we not?
no.
Maybe 50% of us aren't in costume
normally
now.
like this. And you know, Allison just comes out of me sometimes. I can't help it.
She
Ask
has
these two.
many characters come out of her at any point in time. It keeps life interesting, that's for sure.
It's just fun. You're keeping life light and fun, especially during this time of life that we're all going through, right?
Yep.
So
happy
All
Hallows Eve. And as we end all of our vlogs, we will end our live in the same fashion with a movie quote, which is, "It's just a bunch of hocus pocus."
Hope you guys join us tomorrow. Thank you for subscribing and liking. You guys are awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Stay safe.